by coming to the Jewish Center and working out. And, I've known him since he was 12 years old, so it's fun for me to see him all grow up. It's not so fun to see me grow up, but it's fun to see them grow up.
But to that point, you seem, I've seen you for 10, 15 years. You seem a little bit calmer.
I'm trying. I mean, there's a lot going on, so I try to, I let Drew wear the heavy hand a lot of times in the locker room. It just makes it a little easier for me. He's probably a little harder headed than I am, which is hard to believe. So. But it's a good mix, and with Rick and Terry, we got our whole staff.
Well, I mean, with Rick and Terry, you've got guys who have coached with you for 15 years.
And played for me. So.
Right, so guys that know you, know your coaching style, know what you want to do. How much easier does that make your job?
I wouldn't be half what I was if it weren't for those guys. Ricky's calling almost every play we run, and Drew's doing all the defensive stuff. So that's been good for us. Appreciate it.
Always
appreciate you as well.
You be safe.
I appreciate it. Thanks. Let me give Dave a hug.
Keith, overall, just the open-ended question, just what do you think about the win, especially the defensive effort down the stretch to secure this one?
I mean, you could tell we were a little crusty and rusty. We just didn't quite have it. Kind of ran in mud, but they're hard. They're hard. They do some good things. They beat some good teams this year. They just have had trouble finishing games at the end. So we just kind of hung around, and we weren't very good, but we were good enough. And Jakob helped us defensively, I think, which was a key deal for us.
What can you say about Jimmy Clark? I mean, he atoned for his error there, and great pass down court.
It's Jimmy, man. You got to live with the good and the bad. I mean, he's gonna do some bad, but he's gonna do a lot of good. He had a rough night early, and then he got it going a little bit. But he's a winner. These guys gutted it out. They knew they didn't quite have it, but they gutted it out.
With Trey coming back tonight, just as you ease him into minutes, and obviously as you work more towards getting Duquesne in within these next few games too, just how much of a good problem is it going to be to have to figure out this post minutes and everything?
I guess we just have to play the guys that are playing well on that particular night, which isn't great, but it's the best we can do. If you only have 8 guys, then even when they play bad, they still play. So, like tonight, Fusini and Hassan didn't play much. But the last game they played a lot. Andre played well tonight. We needed Trey Williams tonight. I thought Dave was a little tired, and Chavi, he's tired as well. So we went with Trey. But Trey's been in a million games. He helped us.
Yeah. Get back to work.
Do you still have a feeling for coaching here?
If it wasn't for Fred Ost, who was the president of the school, and Jim Meyer, who was the athletic director, I wouldn't have been back in coaching. They knew me, gave me the opportunity, and little Drew decided to come with his guys. And the rest was history. They resurrected an old guy's career. So when I come here, I want to be where I was for this place.
You're undefeated here in college so far.
We didn't lose many when I was here either. So at least the 2 years I had those guys, I don't think we lost anyone. So, I mean, it's a storied place now. Like Drew's dad's won 1 million state championships. Before we got here, I think they had 1 state championship, and primarily was a football school. So now it's probably the best basketball school in the state of Ohio.
When you have a game like this, how much do you maybe take it into segments? Do you take it into maybe media timeouts to just keep the guys on task and just focus on what's in front of them?
We just tried to just grind it out, even though we didn't quite, we had a hard time. We were like running in mud and running uphill the whole game. But, these guys have been in a lot of games, and they have good toughness, and we made just enough plays, although we butchered a couple at the end that could cost us the game. We butchered a 3-ball, and we didn't use our timeout, and we threw the ball out of bounds. We got to do better.
When you challenge that play at the end, is that more to give your guys a break, or is
I
it
thought he was in bounds, so that's why I challenged him. We didn't have the best angles here on TV, I guess. So
My computer was in the way.
Was it?
Yeah, my fault. He was in bounds.
I thought he was in
He
bounds.
was in bounds. He was completely.
I thought so too.
Yep.
With the
Hold on one second.